Meditation is mental cultivation leading to transformation. It's like when we're learning something, we first hear, then we deepen our understanding by thinking about it and reflection, and then we have some conviction about it, and then we commit to follow it. So in our meditation, when we're trying to improve our lives and our well-being, we first learn to focus our minds, using one point to focus on, such as where the breath touches the inside of our nose or upper lip, or where our tummy goes in and out. Because we use these points on ourselves, because they're always with us, and when we have an emotional crisis, we can bring our mind back to that point and use it as an anchor point to slow our emotion and our upset. So firstly, we must learn to focus our mind on one point. Secondly, we learn to become aware of what's happening in the present moment without reacting quickly to what we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, or touches us, or we think about, or dream about, or remember. We just watch, being mindful without any liking or no liking. See what's going on in our mind like that. So once we can see what's happening in our mind, and we're not reacting to it automatically, we can choose what to follow. And we always remember that what we say, what we think, and what we do has affections on other people. Even just our thoughts can change the expressions on our face and make people fear or hate or love us. So we choose what is beneficial and not destructive. The third part of meditation is when we cultivate beneficial thoughts and emotions, so our speech and actions will bring happiness and well-being to ourselves and others. So we cultivate love, compassion, joy, peace, contentment, and strength. And this is what we should do in our teachings. We should cultivate these behaviors and thoughts and our thought habits in our students. So let's have a look at some of these things. So if we make love and kindness the centerpieces of our programs, then we can make the next generation the best it can be, giving it the greatest potential for great, happy lives and well-being. So love and kindness are attitudes carried through on all activities. We need to do more than just show an example. We need to teach the ways to children how they show it to each other. Now to start off, we teach the children how to sit quietly and watch their breath. So remember the healthy mind platter for optimal brain growth. We have a sleep time, a physical time, a focus time, a connecting time, a play time, a down time, and a time in. We and all our students have got to have this if we're going to have a healthy mind. When we get old, we forget about doing physical things. But if we're going to be healthy and not get sick from diabetes and other illnesses, and keep our mind thinking clearly, we've got to be physical as well. We've got to be playful with other people and our friends. We've got to be able to connect with other people, not to live in isolation. We've got to have a focus time, a down time, and a time in. And we've got to have enough sleep. The two parts we're talking about mainly in this program as focus time is when we have pay close attention, and this paying close attention promotes neuroplasticity in our mind and brains, which means the nerve cells connect better with each other in the way we want them to. So we can grow our mind, and our capacity to improve ourselves increases and increases. Time in, this is when we take time to reflect inwardly and focus our attention on the array of internal mental activities, such as sensations, feelings and thoughts, in the present moment, which is being mindfully aware what's happening in our present moment. Because when we're attached to dreams and about the future or about the past, we're just dreaming. The only real time which we can be in is the present moment. So we've got to spend more time in this present moment. In this time, in the present moment, we can make decisions which will be beneficial to ourselves and to others. And we can stop doing things which are going to be destructive. So watch and be in the present moment. So teach our children how to sit silently. We do this because it calms the minds and improves their receptivity. Improves their concentration and focus and facilities in learning, and memory and retention, so they improve themselves in their class, in their studies. It decreases the detracting energy and calms the children down, relaxes the body and mind, provides reflecting time, is a behavior management strategy in that it distresses the children, it encourages self-awareness, it initiates self-focus, improves discipline and determination, and develops self-confidence, because the mind is clear, uncluttered and steady. So all those aspects we're talking about, making yourself strong, clear and peaceful, comes up from silent sitting. And we all should practice this every day. And we should do this in our class. So the silent sitting should be the basis of all the training in your class for well-being. So let's look at some other aspects of the training. Empathy. This is the ability to understand another's feelings. Many children are not good at this, and it's important to work and improve the skill. And we should remind children of another's feelings when there is a problem. Say, oh, you're sad when you take her things. Or she is sad when you take your things. How do you feel if she came back and took your things? Let them have reciprocal understanding of these feelings. Understand other people's feelings. It helps them grow their understanding between each other and their love and compassion for each other. And around 2 years old, children start to begin to understand the feelings of others. And we need to continue to show and tell them how to feel for others and feel with others. Empathy. And an activity to promote empathy will be playing a doctor, because doctors have to be empathetic if they're going to do a good job with patients. So we can have the children set up a hospital to take care of others, playing sick patients and their relationships, and see what happens when one's kid says they've got pain there and the doctor has to deal with it. Gentleness. Gentleness is when children act out of love and kindness. And we must know and show gentleness before we can give it. In other words, we ourselves, and as teachers and as people, and adults, must understand what gentleness is. You should make sure you have a gentle time in a young child's class. They can practice holding pretend babies or pretend small animals. Another way of showing gentleness is the way that looking after their books properly and looking after library books in a school. You can also fill a bowl of water put feathers at the top of the bowl of water and let children touch it, so they can make a gentle touch. And gentleness leads to being careful. When children learn to be careful, they are on the path to becoming better friends and classmates. When they're careful, they're also careful what they do with themselves, and it promotes them respect for themselves and love for themselves, which means they're going to look after themselves better, and once they can do that, they look after other people better as well. So gentleness is important. And you should be a model more. We all should be a model more. And being gentle in our manner and speech is vital. Remember, children are always learning and imitating what we do and what you do in front of the class. So this brings us to respect. And respect is the center of a child's moral development. They must understand it they must be given it to truly understand it. In other words, we as adults and teachers must show it to them if they are going to understand what it is. It's not like just in an army place where you're shouted at and told what to do. You've got shown with respect, and people have a great respect for you in return and respect for themselves. So children need to be taught respect for people, places and things. And don't forget to demonstrate this self-respect. Teach them that hygiene, exercise and foods they eat can show self-respect. And teach them good manners shows respect for others. If we can respect ourselves, in other words, we do the best for ourselves, then we're going to look after ourselves and not do stupid things like destroying ourselves with drugs or bad food or bad behaviors. When we really think of ourselves and love ourselves, we're not going to do the stupid things to destroy our chances in life. When we don't have respect for ourselves, we don't have love for ourselves, then we go ahead and do stupid activities which will damage ourselves, our minds and our bodies. So respect is very important. Or self-respect is even just as important respect for others, because it teaches them how to have a good, happy and fruitful life. And having a day where everyone cleans around the school is a good way of showing respect towards the earth and towards the school. Just cleaning up, like we have to clean up our minds. Visualizations is one way to put good ideas and good thoughts into our minds. And it's effective for improving behavior, transition times between changes in the way we're doing things and big events, boosting our learning skills and fostering creativity. And visualization grows more effective at the children's age. So if we're going to have young kids in our class, the best way to keep the visualization short to have most effect. And visualization works best in combination with a prediction. For example, what would happen if you all followed the rules on the playground? Or what would happen if some people did this type of thing? Visualization is done by getting the kids to sit down comfortably with their eyes closed and describe in detail an event or activity or thought and a desired behavior for it. Now one example of visualization we could have is looking at our waves breaking on a reef. So let's just close our eyes like the children in the class and imagine looking at the waves breaking on the reef. See them rising and breaking, coming, going back and forth. See the continual change in water. See the continuous change everywhere. Feel peaceful and relaxed and just watch the changing world. So there's one example of a visualization. There's another one, a longer one now we can do together. Happiness and contentment and strength meditation. Yes, so sit down quietly again. Close our eyes. Bring your attention to your anchor point of your breath, a point you've been practicing to concentrate on. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Breathing in, I see the sun, water, air and elements inside. Breathing out, I feel everything inside and outside. I feel my connections to everything. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I feel the mountain and the elements inside. Breathing out, I feel all the elements inside and outside. I feel strong and stable. Breathing in, I see myself like the sun. Breathing out, I feel full of energy. Breathing in, I feel the energy inside of me giving strength to others. Breathing out, I feel the energy outside giving me strength. Energy, happiness, contentment, strength. So that's how we can practice doing visualizations. and do it in more linked up with people's or kids' own activities and your activity in your class. You can do quite many types of visualizations, but there are some which are going to help calm down and develop the qualities that are going to help people. Music's another thing we can use, and we can use lyrics of a song to teach kids the different values we've been talking about. And through singing, children have the opportunity to feel the rhythm of a song that reinforces a meaning of a value. So you can reinforce happiness, you can reinforce peacefulness, you can reinforce loving kindness through the words of a song. Betsy Rose is an American singer who does many of these good mindful songs and quite famous for it now. And I'll play you some at the end of this talk. Storytelling allows children an opportunity to relate to a particular value by painting a mental picture. You can do that by creating characters or particular situations or particular moral dilemmas that come up and resolving conflicts and solving problems. So you can take advantage of storytelling in your class to help children to take on these values of love, compassion, joy, peace, contentment and strength. So self-control is very important for us. They are doing and they're a way of effort and not their behavior, which we praise. So we praise effort. We also ask kids to predict what would happen if they were mean to their friends, or if they shared some things with their friends, or they did not put on caps on marking pens. Friendship. Through friendship comes the practice of love and kindness. Best practices encourage children to make and maintain friendships and to interact easily with others. So we can draw a friendship map on a large piece of paper that kids can all draw the houses in their village and the pathways between them, and then they can put micro people to play on that map and keep in contact with their friends. We can look at what we're doing and what they are doing to build up your friendships. What do you build better how do you build better relationships and friendships among children and adults? We discuss and look at these things. And when we have good friendships, we have less conflicts. But conflicts still arise, and we've got to look at conflict resolution. There are 3 ways that are proven helpful in conflict resolution. Getting the child to look at the other child and saying their names. And this helps them with listening skills and let their energy of aggression slow down. And you give the message of I and not you. When you're saying I feel sad, not when you did this thing, not you did this thing, it makes me cross. You messages you makes folks worse and defensive. It makes the situation worse too. And you also tell the child of what it is you want. In other words, you want them to be peaceful and have good communication and good times together. So when we teach and practice love and kindness, everyone always benefits. So those are a few of the ways in which we can look at improving our class based on sitting quietly, sitting still and practicing quietful mindfulness meditation. So now, what will you do in your class? So let's plan that. Each of you sit down with other teachers and now discuss how you develop these qualities in your students in your class and bring them happiness and well-being in their lives. You can draft out your program of what you want to teach and the methods you use in your class for students at different age. And remember, focus time and time in, and remember how to develop these for your own daily practice so you can teach them better. We can't just teach them without doing it ourselves. Our own daily practice and our expertise will help us teach and help our students more, a better way. So after you're doing this, you put into practice in your class, you watch what changes occur in your class. And you write them down so they can be of help to other people in the future, so they know that really this mindfulness education really helps people have happiness in their class and happiness in their lives. So please enjoy developing these very important life skills in yourselves, in your class, in your schools, and our community. So next I'll listen to Betsy Rose and a little bit of singing. Thank you for participating in this very important educational program.
If you're happy and you know it, take a breath. If you're happy and you know it, take a breath. If you're happy and you're breathing, all your joy will be increasing. Breathing in and out is sweet, so take a breath.
Children enjoy singing so much, so it makes them just feel happy. But you're singing about these things that just reiterate mindfulness, talking about slowing it down, taking a breath, being respectful, being aware of your body and your mind. And so I see that happens even more when they're singing the music.
If you're angry and you know it, take a breath.
Mindfulness helps me to not get in trouble when I'm always messing with my siblings and my older sisters and brothers mess with me.
If you're angry and you know it, take a breath. If you're angry and you know it, take a breath before you blow it. You can choose how you can show it.
The kids really found it catchy, the words and the music, and so going along with that and focusing more on that and concentrating with that was much easier for them to do, and at the same time for them to take enjoyment from it.
If you're scared and you know it, take a breath. If you're scared and you know it, take a breath. If you're scared and you're breathing, all your fears will soon be leaving. You'll feel stronger if you stop and take a breath.
I think the mindfulness program that we've had here for over 3 years has really grounded our children in such a way that they can hold themselves accountable, as well as, I think an important piece, they can solve their problems. Like they're able to be proactive in a way where they don't need adults to solve their problems, that they have the skills to troubleshoot and solve their own problems. Yes.
If you're sad and you know it, take a breath. If you're sad and you know it, take a breath.
You could use it anytime, like when you're mad you could breathe and you'll feel better and you don't hit anybody, and you could just talk out with your mom and tell her why you're mad and she could try to help you.
If you don't know what you're feeling, take a breath. If you don't know what you're feeling, take a breath.
But what I learned from mindfulness is you could breathe and tell people how you feel.
It's okay if you don't know. You can breathe and just let go. You're alive from head to toe. So let's hear it. Take a breath. Now is that how you take a mindful breath? Really? Seriously?
With the singing and really them owning those words, I think makes a big difference, because they'll say things like, in that song we say we use our heart. You know, in that song we say may you be peaceful, and that type of thing. And so that sticks with them. And music is such an important part of their lives, as well as mine and most people. You know, music is, we remember songs that we hear. I know that for myself, I hear words in a song and I think, oh, I love what that says. It's really powerful. Our community is changing, right? I feel that the music connects with our essence. So my children, the music has been, I think, a pathway for my children, for my students.
And this is a song about having a clear blue sky inside us. And it goes like this. Get your hands ready? Hands on your knee. My mind is a clear blue sky. My mind is a clear blue sky. Beautiful. Let's do that again. It is a clear blue sky. My mind is a clear blue sky. What does it feel like when you do that rainbow thing?
It makes me feel peaceful.
Feelings are a lot like weather. You know how the weather's always changing, starts out blue, then later on it gets cloudy, and you think, oh, no more blue sky. And then the wind comes along, and the blue sky's back. Weather's like that. It's always changing, right? So feelings are like that, too. We feel good, and then something happens, and we feel bad, and then something else happens, and we feel good again. So if anger were weather, what kind of weather would it be? Okay? It would be stormy. Yeah. And the anger comes, and the anger goes, and my mind is a clear blue sky. My mind is a clear blue sky. Beautiful.
I like a scary face.
It just reinforces, like, okay, let's breathe right now, and we are breathing regardless if we're paying attention to it or not, and it slowed us all down.
In a mindful way, it helps your brain balance so that like all sides of your brain are working really well, and people find that it really calms them down to just do this. But we need to do it in kind of that calm, graceful way. That seems to really help.
I like the clear blue sky. It makes me be calmer.
Yeah, the music can be tranquil and calming. I mean, there's one song that you have, that Betsy, Miss Rose, the Calm Down Boogie. That's one of my favorites. Just thinking about the song makes my cheeks hurt. The Calm Down Boogie. I mean, I just love how you can have a spirited song, and on one end saying, I want you to calm down. But it's also a joyful, not a punitive, calm down, be still, be tranquil.
My mind is a clear blue sky. And I breathe in. And I breathe in. Take a breath. And I breathe out.
My mind is a clear blue sky. That one really helps me because it's like a soft song, and when you sing stuff, you also think in your mind the songs, because you can't talk without using your brain, and then so that's why it makes me forget everything that I'm mad when I sing that song when I'm mad.
We're about to lead an assembly. I'll say, okay, let's put on our mindful bodies, and the whole school, the whole group is able to calm down, and they know what it looks like. Some of them close their eyes and get ready, but we all sort of, slow down a little bit, and that's been really nice. If I have a student who's referred to my office for, something that they did on the playground or in the classroom, when I talk about what could you have done, almost always the students say, oh, I could have used my mindfulness. I could have been more mindful. So they're really thinking about it.
Equanimity, everything gonna be alright. Equanimity, I've got balance deep inside. Equanimity, I don't have to fight or flight. I can breathe and be still. Trust all is well. Offer some calm. Do whatever's going on with equanimity.
My favorite. I liked when it said you don't need to fight or flight. I don't have to use my fist or my legs, or I don't have to run away with my legs.
Equanimity is a big word, and I want to tell you what it means in case does anybody know what equanimity means? It has to do with balance, like 1 + 1 equals 2, equal, and everybody has highs sometimes, and everybody has lows sometimes, and stuff we don't like happens to everybody. Panic starts rising, fear grips my mind, till I close my eyes, slow it down, take a breath, and find.
It's a lovely tune, and I think it reminds us about when we're frustrated or we're upset, that we can balance ourselves. We can think about how we're feeling, recognize the emotion we're having, and try to balance ourselves so that we can make a good decision, can respond to the emotion in a more kind of respectful way.
It's a good thing for me because I get frustrated a lot. I get easily frustrated, and it says, to basically slow down and just take a breath, and that is really important for me and most of my family because we all have kind of a high temper.
But can you use it like when you're taking a test or something?
Yes.
Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Does it help?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's great. All right. When I'm sitting in the classroom, it's the day of the big math test. I'm good at lots of other things, but math is not my best. My hands are getting sweaty, my mind is frozen tight. Till I close my eyes, take a breath, close my eyes, and find. What do I find?
Equanimity. You don't gotta fight or flight. Equanimity.
May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. Point to somebody. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. Let's do may I. Point to yourself. May I be happy, may I be peaceful, may I be filled with love. May I be happy, may I be peaceful, may I be filled with love. Let's send it to the whole world. May we be happy. May we be happy. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be peaceful. May we be filled with love. Real big. Last time. May we be happy. Happy. May we be peaceful. Peaceful. May we be filled with love. All right. Big hand, everybody. Yay. You are the superstars of mindful singing.